Hi, in this video, we're going to talk about how to recognize real empathy. Welcome everyone. This is the second installment of how to recognize real empathy. If you haven't seen the first installment, go back and have a look and check it out. In this video, I'm going to show you 4 ways of how to recognize real empathy. First of all, I am Dr. Jessica K. Hairston. I am child psychiatrist and adult psychiatrist, and I have been practicing for almost 20 years. And the most important thing that I've noticed in my practice of psychiatry is that really what people need most is empathy. Empathy is not something you have to wait for someone else to give you. Is that actually you can give empathy to yourself, and that builds your self-confidence, builds your self-esteem, builds your sense of self. And that once you fill yourself up with empathy, you can also have more empathy to give to others. So more forgiveness for yourself, more forgiveness for others, and better quality in your relationships. So this is a really important point, that we all want better relationships, and better relationships with ourselves and better relationships with our families and friends, and not having to just be a doormat for someone or cut people out of our lives, but to really learn how to relate to other people. So this is 4 ways of recognizing people are giving you actually real empathy, and 4 ways to know if you are actually giving someone else and yourself real empathy. So point number 1, when someone is giving you real empathy, they accept your apology when you offer it. And they really expect you to make mistakes, because people do, and they forgive you for them. So they're not making you jump through hoops or to prove your worth, or if you are giving a sincere apology, then they will accept it. So then how do you recognize a sincere apology? That's key number 2. When someone's giving a sincere apology, the person asks you how to correct that mistake. That they acknowledge the mistake that they made, and then they ask you how to correct it. And not only do they ask you how to correct it, but they also really want to make it right, and then they start taking steps to make the situation right for you and better for you. Not to absolve their guilt, not to make themselves feel better, not to portray to other people that they're a good and kind person. It's not about pretense. It's really about actually correcting that situation where they were in the wrong and you were wronged, and they make it right for you. So that's how someone really corrects a mistake. 1, they acknowledge the mistake that was made. They acknowledge the result of that mistake, the consequences of that, like how it affected someone else. They now seek to make it right for the person who was wronged, and not to make it right for themselves. It's not about giving a false apology or I'm sorry and not meaning it. It's really about rectifying the situation. So those first 2 go hand in hand. 1 is that they accept your apology when you were giving sincere, and you take steps to rectify your mistakes. And then 2, they acknowledge and rectify their own mistakes and make things right for you. So 1 and 2, that's simple. So the 3rd way is that when the person will ask you from time to time, what is it that you need, and waits for your answer. So empathy is really about acknowledging someone else's needs. So they will ask you, what is it that you're feeling? What is it that you're needing? And then they will be quiet, because they want to hear your answer. They don't want to fill in the gap themselves. They don't want to be right all the time. They don't want to make assumptions on your behalf. They really want to hear from you. That's real empathy. When they're listening, they're waiting for your answers. So that's the real key. They're waiting for your answers. All right, great. Moving right along. So we're getting to step number 4. Step number 4, when a person is giving real empathy, the person is happy to see you grow, and they encourage you to grow more, rather than being silent when you are doing things that are good for you, or doubting you, or asking why you're doing that, or why are you going to all that trouble, or changing the subject to go do something else. They're really happy to see and want to hear more about how you are helping yourself, and they are encouraging you in that way. So I hope you really got a lot out of these 4 things, because they may sound simple, but when you really actually pay attention, that not so many people are doing these 4 things. Once again, 1, accepting people's apologies and not holding grudges. 2, really giving sincere apologies by rectifying their situation, acknowledging how the other person was hurt and rectifying that hurt and taking steps to do so. 3, asking you what you need and then waiting for your response. And then 4, being happy to see you grow and encouraging you and celebrating your successes with you without changing the subject or putting the lens back on themselves. So thank you so much. If you like the content of this video, please subscribe to my channel, like my page, and make sure you hit the bell notification so that you will be notified of future videos. Thanks so much, and see you in the next video.